What's up, guys? It's Sion, and this is the MMO show where I normally talk about news and what's happening in the week. But this time, I want to do something different, and it's not me talking necessarily just to the community. I'm actually talking to the content creators. I'm talking to the YouTubers. I'm talking to the Twitch people. I'm talking to the gaming press and everybody who handles gaming out there. Now, sometimes along the lines, you actually forget that you're a gamer. I've done it. Other people have done it, and we need to be reminded sometimes. So maybe this is just my video of talking to everybody and just reminding everybody that they're gamers. A lot of things happen over the course of life, and a lot of things deter us from doing the things that we love. I'm a gamer. Sometimes I forget that I'm a gamer. Sometimes it becomes more work than fun. It becomes just taxing. It becomes overwhelming. But at the end of the day, we need to understand that, this is gaming, and we have a public. We have people who watch us, and we need to be at a higher standard than just being one of the guys out there talking crap. Like, you just have to show a little bit more respect to the gaming community. And in general, and MMOs is a little bit harder because people really live and die their MMOs, and if you disrespect their MMOs or you don't like it, then they get mad. They get mad at you. They start raging, and it becomes like a lifestyle to the point where it just is like it's almost impossible to talk to certain people without them getting mad. WoW fans are like that. When you talk about WoW, man, people, they get pitchforks, so they talk about their 15-year character that they have. When I have a character that's just as old as that, you can look them up, and it's just like you can't have like a decent conversation with them. Now, the reason why I'm talking about that, and the reason for the topic of this video is that we need to actually talk as content creators. The community in general abuses content creators and, news outlets. It's not just content creators. It's, maybe stuff like IGN, even though sometimes IGN deserves it, and other websites out there. And what I want to do is, content creators, you need to kind of understand that there's different rules laid out for us. The community, if you are a popular content creator, if you are doing something that's in a big name game, people will come for you. People will disrespect you. They will find any chink in the armor to hurt you, to harm you, to make you feel that you're not worthy of actually covering the game, that you're not good enough to actually play the game, and that's not necessarily the case. Now, some people just really aren't good, and I'm not trying to put any names out there or anything else like that, but even still, if they're covering the game, they still deserve to be respected at the end of the day. But sometimes the public is just a little bit too vindictive, and it's just a little bit too it's over the top. They will come for you. They will disrespect you and hurt you in the nastiest of ways. I've had it happen to me. I've had it actually happen to me this year, where I've lost a lot of my community just, me trying to do the right thing and me trying to be a good guy. People disrespected me. People tried to harm me. People tried to disrespect my family, my kids, anything that they can target, that they see out there, people target. The race thing, like, people start targeting that. People start saying other things, and it's like it's all recourses that a person wouldn't say in real life. They're not going to come up to a black man and then bust the N-word out in their face. They're not going to do that. They already know they're going to get their behind kicked. They won't do it, but they'll do it on the internet because they feel that it's safe. They feel that they can just do that and nobody will get back to them. And in some cases, that is the case. But, you got to really watch that, because if somebody knows who you are in real life and you say things like that on the internet and they know where you're at, which it does happen, problems happen. So you can't really rely on just, hey, I'm on the internet, nobody will know where I'm at. Like, somebody might, and they'll look at you and be like, hey, you start talking about like females a certain way, start disrespecting females, and somebody will pick it up and start seeing that. You start disrespecting somebody in the game, or disrespecting a certain game, somebody will pick it up, and little by little you start to distance yourself. If you notice in the community that I have, you won't see much disrespect or trolls, because I'm not a troll myself. I don't disrespect other people, so I'm not going to have that hanging around me. So you don't see them, and you don't see them in comments. And you notice that in my comments, people are getting mad because, oh, well, you censor stuff. Yes, I do. Yes, I censor the idiots. That's what I censor. I censor the idiots. You don't come into my place where I reside at and disrespect people. You're not going to disrespect me, not going to disrespect anybody else. Yes, you will get censored. Yes, you will get banned and kicked right the hell out the channel. You don't, like, I don't understand why people would say, hey, well, why'd you delete my comment? I was trying to argue. I'm going to say, okay, you were trying to argue. What are you arguing? If somebody says something, it's an opinion and that's it, and then you go about your business. But there's some people who have an opinion and they will stomp and they will carry on and they will argue, they will fuss, they will demand that you listen to their opinion for 20 posts. And like, you think about what I just said, that they demand that you hear their opinion, and they was like, well, we're debating. Like, at a point, like, there's debating and then there's arguing and then there's just you're doing too much at that point. So if a person tells you to stop, it's over, conversation over, then you should stop. But there's people on the internet who don't stop. And you notice it a lot in gaming. You notice a lot, especially with MMOs. People don't stop. Like, if you come into a game and say, wow, it's the #1 game, you see what that happens with that. They will rage, they will fuss. And Overwatch is like that. League of Legends is like that. Come into League of Legends and say Dota 2, it's like you done started at the Civil War. Like, so you got to understand at the end of the day, content creators, that you can't take it personal. You can't absorb it. You can't let it get to you. For whatever reason, human nature does not like the top dog. Human nature does not like people in charge. Human nature does not like hierarchy. It needs to be there, but the people always revolt against it. It's the same thing in gaming. If you see a popular YouTube channel or popular streamer or something like that, somebody is always after them and saying, oh, look at him, he thinks he's all that because he got people watching him, or he can't possibly be that good, and look, he banned this guy and he's restrictive and everything else like that. Never mind the rules. Rules don't matter. Twitch, YouTube, no matter what it is, there's a different set of rules for us. People don't expect us to bleed. People don't expect us to have feelings. They just expect us to just stand there and take it. So don't take it, content creators, and don't sit there and let it absorb into you. At the end of the day, you're human, and most people, they do stuff like this for a living. So if somebody comes at you negatively, bounce it. If somebody comes at you trying to bring down your day, or trying to harm you or make you feel any type of way, bounce it. Don't absorb it. If they were a friend, bounce it. And I'm gonna give you guys a stat that you probably don't realize, but this is a stat that was put out a little while ago, about 5 years ago. And social media, since the social media boom and people become friends and everything, I'm gonna tell you something that's I found to be very true. You can make friends on the internet, but people, majority of the time, and it's a lot, it's about 40% of the people, and this is people in the world, are deemed bad friends. Now, if you have 40% of the planet that's deemed bad friends, what do you think that percentage is on the internet? And you'll find that people who aren't good friends in real life are not going to be good friends on the internet. Like, they're just not. They're the same friendship qualities that they lack in real life, they're going to lack on the internet. And it's even worse on the internet because you can hide. You can hide. So any of your flaws, they're hidden majority of the time. So you can get in with somebody who doesn't have to deal with the outside exterior of you. And then all of a sudden you find that the person, like, damn, that person really wasn't a good person. And I found that a lot. I found I was surrounded by a lot of people like that who just were not good people. They just, core being, they're not good people. It's sad, but the internet facilitates that. The internet facilitates hiding and hiding bad seeds. So you need to be careful. This is just for people in general. You need to be careful about who you play with. You need to be careful about who you bring in your company and your communities, content creators. And when you think that you have this whole big community of people 40% of them most likely are bad. And then on top of that, because it's the internet, people who can't necessarily make friends in real life because they're not necessarily good people, they're more likely, that 40% is more likely to hang around on the internet trying to make friends over the people who are really good friends, because normally the really good people are usually the guys who are quieter, who don't intrude, who don't talk that much. So you end up not necessarily meeting that many of them. You'll meet more of the people who are hiding because it's easier for them to hide, if that makes any sense to you. Which is why it seems like it's so bad friendship-wise on the internet. And the reason why it's so bad is because people can lie, people can manipulate, people can hide behind facades, and it's very easy to be someone else that you're not. So the problem in all that is trying to figure out in gaming is who the good people are, community-wise, or who the bad people are. A lot of times it's going to be trial and error. There's no easy way. There's no crystal ball saying, hey, this person's cool, that person's cool. There's no such thing as that. You just have to go through and figure out for yourself your gut feeling. If you feel a person's not right to be hanging around you, gotta get rid of them. Don't be nice. That's where I'm gonna say right now, don't be nice and say, hey, well, he hasn't done it, he's cool. But if you feel he's a dick, or that he disrespects somebody, or he disrespects women, gays, black people, whatever it is, if you feel that that person is like that, get rid of them. There's no reason for him to hang around you. It's just it's a quick click of the button, say, hey, man, I'm not feeling the way you acting right now. You got to get out. Peace. I know that sounds cold, but it's a lot better than you just losing like half your community because of one bad person. And I'm a core witness of that, because I actually let my ex stay far too long, knowing that she was bad, knowing that she was just as evil as people were saying. I let her stay because I was trying to be nice, but it was like a bad seed. And eventually I got to the point I said, you know what? You got to go. Get out. Which she complied and finally left. So with that said, you got to be careful gaming-wise, because not everybody is your friend. Majority of people are probably not going to be a friend, and majority of people will not be happy for you. You're going to have some genuine people out there, but content creators and people watching the content creators, be mindful and take care of yourselves, because things aren't necessarily always as they seem, and we just want to be happy at the end of the day. So try to work on being happy and get the good feels out there, because not everybody's going to be looking out for that. That's all I got for you guys this week. I hope you enjoyed this and this sinks in and actually helps somebody, and you feel better about yourselves and just understand things out there. And think about it that this is just all gaming and we're just all trying to have fun. So I'll catch you guys later. Peace, and see you next video.